What up, y'all? So I'm going live just to protect myself. I'm on public property right now on the sidewalk. And right behind me is the buses for Chicago, and that lady right there is security. She's probably about to tell me I gotta leave, but I have every right to stand here on this corner, so I'm gonna do that. I'm trying to see if I can get 60 seconds with anybody in Chicago while they're in town to ask them 3 questions about suicide or overdose in an effort to prevent these things. And so yeah, we'll see how it goes. They got like an hour-long set. It's gonna be a while, so I'm just standing out here, but it looks like she's probably either gonna come up and say something to me or call somebody. I don't know. We'll see what she does. But I'm live right now just to protect myself, but I didn't get her name or nothing, but she's rude.
I went there on Friday.
So, I could still go to the music box. There's an artist down there. I could probably try to see if I can get an interview with Miles Nielsen. Miles knows me pretty well. Just kind of standing here trying to think out my next step, but also trying not to get in trouble because shit like this happens. This happens a lot with larger bands. A lot of larger bands are involved in nefarious stuff. That's how they get millions of dollars from investors and stuff. So they're very careful about who they talk to and different things. So I don't know, this one feels sketchy, but I'm gonna see if I can get 60 seconds with anybody in Chicago to ask them 3 questions. See what happens. So far, she's just keeping an eye on things. She's not telling me to leave or nothing, so we shall see. But hey, if you don't chase your dreams, if you don't go after it, who else will, right? You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm going to hang out here or if I'm going to try to go somewhere else and get an interview tonight. But I'm trying to get a couple interviews. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. The night is still young, y'all. And my other phone is also charged. So don't got to worry about dead batteries. I also got 2 battery packs in my backpack. So no worries there. But she's rude, so hopefully she'll send somebody out who's actually willing to talk instead of just being blatantly disrespectful. But we'll see. It looks like she's got some people on the radio. I got that guy up there in the window watching me too. So, but I'm not doing nothing wrong, so. All right, sorry guys, I got a message. Ever since the idea for these interviews came up, my phone has been blowing up. So some people say yes, and you would be surprised the number of people that have told me no. It's actually kind of crazy. You know, everybody says suicide and overdose is like a huge issue and they support and everything else, but then you ask them for 60 seconds of their time to ask 3 questions about it, and they're like, oh no, I don't know if I want to do that. So I don't know. People are weird. It's just weird how people say, oh yeah, I support you, but can I get 60 seconds of your time? No. All right then. People are weird. So this lady's not from here though, so she doesn't know the shortcuts. She's standing right there, but like I could go around this building and pop out on another corner pretty easily. She'd never see me coming, so. Rest assured, I'll at least get an opportunity to ask one of these guys a question. But, I don't know. Suicide and overdose are supposed to be huge issues, but you can't even get 60 seconds of people's time, and I don't even know if this is going to be worth it, so. Might just go down to the music box and see if some other artist is willing to support what we're trying to do. Oh yeah, look at it. She's got them looking hardcore. She's got security over here. Yeah, probably more trouble than it's worth. But hey, you know, old band like Chicago got rich out of nowhere. They probably fuck kids in Israel. I bet they've been to the island. I'm telling you, it's pretty easy to tell the nefarious ones when you get to their shows because they're super sketchy. Like that. So, whatever. I said what I said, and I ain't taking it back. How's it going?
Right. 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 Right.
A lot of people.
I know, right?
Big show tonight.
Right. 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 Right.
You have a good night, man. Yeah. Be safe. So anyway, that's what we're out here doing tonight, trying to get a few interviews. It doesn't look like Chicago's going to be one of them. Whatever. Try again somewhere else. Like I said, we're going to go up to the music box, and hopefully Miles Nielsen will be there. We can say hello. I'll say hello anyway. And who knows? Maybe he'll be willing to do an interview. Miles has always been very supportive of what I've been doing since day one. Somebody I talk to on a regular, somewhat regular basis. Again, when you're dealing with famous people in social media, a lot of these people have social media managers. They're very difficult to get a hold of, but a lot of them own businesses. And so if you support their business and you go there often enough, you have an opportunity to meet them. Wendy Cat, yes, people are weird. People are very weird. Chicago is a great band. And my little spiel earlier, because this is probably going to stay online, my little spiel earlier is just because I'm butthurt because I can't get an interview, okay? And part of the homeless man's little antics is talking about Epstein's Island, okay? Because that's some fucked up shit, and I'm going to keep talking about it until somebody brings up the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell bought a submarine company right after the island got shut down. That's weird. Oh, but her nautical exploration company got put out of business in 2016 when she was imprisoned for her stuff that was going on with Epstein. So if you Google it, the business is out of business. She doesn't own a nautical exploration company, which is what the guys was. Basically, they were fucking kids on submarines because they got caught doing it on an island, right? So she created this nefarious nautical exploration company. You can Google all this. And it went out of business in 2016. But what they don't tell you is that Ghislaine Maxwell still owns the submarines. Even though she's in prison, they're still listed as property under her assets. But if you Google it, it doesn't exist. I'm just saying. And so, I'm not saying Chicago's one of them. They might be. But a lot of these rich people, a lot of these multi-million-dollar bands that became multi-millionaires and everything, a lot of them is because they had nefarious connections with nefarious people along the way. Mobsters, mafia, the Sorrentino family. There's like a whole bunch of... I'm not going to get into this whole spiel right now, but it's a real thing, and it really happens. And the world's a shitty place, and that's why people commit suicide, because they don't want to be a part of this shitty-ass world we create. I don't know if you know, but we make the laws. People do. People make the world the way that it is. Okay, the monkeys and the lions and the tigers and the bears don't vote. I've said this before. It's people that make this world a world that people don't want to be a part of. Just raising awareness. So, If anybody goes to the Chicago show and you see this video, tag it. Tag the band members, tag whoever. If you know anybody on their security, anything like that, tag them. Tag the fuck out of them. I want them to see this video, okay? I said what I said, and it's no hate, but, you know, any publicity is good publicity when it comes to me. So if they see it and they want to say something about it, say something about it. This was a fun one. So anyway, I'm on my way to the music box. There's an artist up here by the name of Dan Tedesco. Very talented. I asked him if he wanted to do a interview. He respectfully declined. I told him I wasn't coming to the show because he wasn't willing to do the interview. But then I was like, you know what? Dan's a good musician. We're going to go record a couple of his songs. We're going to support his music, even though he wasn't supportive of this with 60-second interviews. I'm still going to support his music. I'm still going to go there and record it because that's just how I am. But what happened back there was weird. So, whatever. Especially when you figure I've been doing social media in downtown Rockford, doing this exact thing for like a while. So a lot of people do know who I am, but she definitely didn't. So, yeah. When you're on probation and all that stuff, and stuff like that happens, it's a good idea to just walk away. Yeah. But, like I said, Miles might be down here, and maybe he'll be willing to answer 3 questions to prevent or to raise awareness for suicide and overdose. We're gonna go see. I thought that like everybody would be willing to do it, you know, because like everybody's like, oh yeah, that's a good thing you're doing, blah blah blah, and then you ask them for 60 seconds, and they're like, oh no, or I don't want to talk about it. It's like, well, this is why these things happen, because people don't want to talk about it. If you watch to the end of this video, all right, I'm going to do a 60-second interview with myself. Why? Because you got to start somewhere. All right, so here we go. Ready? I'm going to interview my motherfucking self. Hey, what's your name and what do you do? My name is John Toole. I'm a social media creator. I make videos to raise awareness for suicide and overdose. You tell me the name of one person you lost to suicide or overdose. Please don't be specific, just the name. Yeah, Zachary Edward Zellner. He was my best friend. And if you could tell the world one thing about Zachary, what would it be? I want the world to know that Zachary wasn't a coward. I want the world to know that he wasn't a junkie. He was somebody, and he meant something to me. He was my best friend in the whole wide world, and he lit up a room like nobody could imagine every time he walked into it. He loved to beatbox. And even though he was going through pain, he always made sure that everybody in the room left with a smile when he was there. And if you had one message for anybody who might be watching this, who might be struggling with suicide or overdose or addiction, what would that message be? Keep trying and don't give up. Whatever it is you're going through, try to understand that somebody out there is going through it worse than you are. And if you're going through it, don't be afraid to seek help. And if you seek help and it doesn't work, try again. You've been to 5 therapists, try a 6th one, try a 7th one, try an 8th one. Don't stop trying. Because one day, you'll find somebody who helps you get out of that mess. But don't give up. It's that easy. See you on the next one. We're at the music box, y'all. Love yourself. Love others. Love the world around you. Peace.